Hey Capricorn, welcome to April 2019. My name is Colleen and this is my channel Arcana Rising. Please like, share, and subscribe. Today I am doing a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 2019. Okay, so I'm going to be shuffling the cards and laying out a spread here. Once I get them all out, I'm going to tilt the camera down so that you can see what we have in store here. At the end of the reading, I'm going to do a pick a card session with my oracle cards. You're going to, take a look at them and see which one resonates with you, and then we will interpret that as well. And while I am choosing these cards for you, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky for this month. So, okay. Well, I'm going to put this sage out because it's starting to be too smoky in here. Okay, go out. Thank you. Okay, so Mercury stationed direct on March 28th. Fabulous. Which has helped to clear the fog away from what we were going through in March. It felt like a very heavy month, and now the fog is lifting, but we're still, like, this month is all about gaining that clarity back, is what I really feel like it's all about. It's about gaining that clarity back. But we are going to have 3 outer planets going retrograde this month. So April 10th, Jupiter goes retrograde. Sorry, I just got a little notification on my phone. Jupiter goes retrograde on April 10th. Pluto goes retrograde on April 24th. And Saturn goes retrograde on the 30th. Sorry, I just wanted to... Oh, thank you. Okay. And I feel like all of those planets combined, I mean, those are slow-moving planets. And Pluto almost doesn't move, like, at all this month. It's kind of just stays put. But they're going to be retrograding for a couple months, I believe, up until the fall. The majority of these guys are going to be hanging out for a while in this energy. So we're going to have plenty of time to get used to those vibes. But what I feel like it's doing is calling us to really hone in on the expansiveness that we've been feeling for, I think, since Jupiter's been in its home sign of Sagittarius. I think it's been easier for us to, regain our sense of hope and be able to, dream about our future and, reach for the stars, basically, with what it is that we want to do. And, seeing all the possibilities that are available to us. And, as we got into Pisces season, we really got into dreamland. With Neptune going on and all that. But it was a little bit hazy because of Mercury retrograde, obviously. But I feel like this energy between Jupiter and Saturn is kind of like getting us back down to earth. It's kind of grounding us again and helping us to, contain that expansiveness, because that's what Saturn does to Jupiter. It kind of like sets the limit for how far Jupiter can grow. And that's where we are. We're kind of like the limit's been set, and we're like containing that energy and then like honing in, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like that's what's going to be going on this whole process of these planets being in retrograde. But we're going to start getting some nudges in that direction this month. It's like it's a time to come back to reality and get down to business, basically. You know, so like if there's things that we've been wanting to do that we've just been keeping in like the thought realm and have been hesitating on, Saturn's going to push us to make it, to like implement a plan, you know, for making it happen. And that's why Pluto is you know, going through its retrograde as well, because it's kind of preparing us for these changes. Because, you know, getting more focused on what it is that we really want for ourselves is calling in change. And during that process, there's going to be things that we have to let go of, which is like, I feel like we've been, you know, aware of these signs for a while, that things need to be, you know, released. We need to stop giving in to certain habits and, you know, doing things a certain way that, you know, like maybe self-sabotaging us, or, you know, things to that degree. But now this is the month of clearing it away. So we may be faced with challenges that, you know, test us to rise above what we've been so comfortable with doing. It's kind of saying like the old ways have gotten you this far, but if you want to keep excelling, you need to level up by letting go of that, you know, that the way you used to do things, you know, because they're not going to work in this new paradigm that's kind of being set up for us. And it's all for the best, so don't worry too much. It may feel a little bit jolting trying to work with that shift, especially being an earth sign. I feel like you guys have more of a difficult time with change than other signs, but it's all for the best. And you guys are all about leveling up in every way, so I think you'll kind of be excited for the challenge. I just need 2 more cards, please. 2 cards, please. Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll take 3. Okay. All right, got the cards. That was probably the longest dealing out of everyone, so thank you for your patience. Okay, I'm going to tilt this down so we can get to your reading. I apologize for the extreme light here. The sun is starting to set like right in front of this window. Okay, so let's see what we got here. The theme for the month, Knight of Pentacles. This is like a card of hesitation, honestly. I mean, but, you know, because he wants to really think about his next step before, you know, just, you know, moving forward. He's kind of in this place where he wants to make sure that he's making the right decisions, especially when it comes to things regarding money. You know, it's like, I'm feeling like, for an example, like, you could think of it as like, I want to buy a brand new couch for our house, but it's like really expensive, and we want to get the right fabric texture and the right shape, and we want to make sure it's comfortable and that it fits in the room and that the color is right. And, you know, so that creates a lot of like hesitation with just like getting the first couch that you see and then bringing it into your house, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of processing going on here to make sure that everything is set in place before you put that money down. Basically, before you make that big commitment, you want to make sure that is going to work out. Like having a plan of some sort. And this is such a Capricorn thing. Like I need to have a plan before I start moving forward, because I don't want to waste my time, you know, if it's not going to benefit me in the long run. You know what I mean? So it's a very level-headed place to be, but you don't want to just stay in this place just because, you know, you're afraid of making the wrong or right decision, you know. And also, this could be a little bit of stubbornness as well. Just because he's staying put and he's refusing to move forward in a way. So just keep that in mind. Like, is it beneficial for you to stay where you are? Or is it time to start moving forward? You know what I mean? Are you just staying where you are out of spite and stubbornness? Because maybe you're trying to prove something? Or are you being as realistic as you think you're being? You know, are you doing this out of fear? Or are you doing this out of being realistic about your actions? So I also want to clarify this card before moving forward, just so I'm making sure that I'm setting the right tone for this reading before continuing forward with the theme for Capricorn. Hey, yo. I'm going to put that back in because I'm not sure about that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it feels like the theme is all about wanting to be in charge and refusing to. It's like, I want to make the decisions and I do not want to hear what anyone else has to say. So we have the Queen of Wands here and we have the Five of Wands here as well for clarifying cards. And I'm hearing, like, you know, it took a lot for me to get to where I am, and I want to make sure that I stay at this status. You know what I mean? Like, to move forward creates risks, and I'm already at a pretty strong place, and, you know, I'm not ready to hear what anyone else has to say. I don't want to, you know, maybe take on the advice that the universe is presenting to me this month, because I think I know better, basically. So there is definitely stubbornness coming in this month, because you want to do your way. And that's what's making it difficult for moving forward. So this month is definitely going to feel like you've hit the brakes. So we're going to pay attention to our emotions and our energy. Let's check out the challenge here. Okay, the challenge is the Six of Cups. And this is a card of nostalgia, of childhood memories, of, you know, being naive as well. So I feel like maybe you're going back to memories where you felt naive or taken advantage of, and that's why you want to stay in control and stay where you are. Or it could be suggesting that, you know, there is a level of there's like a gesture being presented to you that maybe you are refusing because you don't trust the situation, which is interesting for the Six of Cups. I just feel like I don't trust this situation and what's being offered to me. Right. So it's definitely like going back into, it's causing you to kind of go back into old habits and addictions to power. You know, not, there's definitely an issue with giving up a level of power or control of this situation that is making you kind of feel like you're going backwards, or making you feel vulnerable like a child, making you feel like you can't really trust what's being offered to you, and pulling you back into old habits. So this is a challenge for this month, that not slipping back into old habits that prevent you from seeing the good things that are coming your way. Oh my goodness. And we have the Queen of Wands in the first quarter of the month, and this could be considered like the first week-ish. You know, this, you could think of this as like week 1, 2, 3, 4, but just, you know, keep in mind that in tarot, time is fluid, so these can kind of all really meld into each other. So in the beginning of the month, you're definitely feeling like you're in a place of power and feeling really ambitious. And there's also a sense of pride here in your achievements. It's taking you a while to get to where you are, and you're just, you know, living in it and owning it, and just really feeling those power vibes this month, you know. So that's interesting. I'm gonna go to the next card here. Okay, so we have the Chariot, and that is in the second quarter, the second position here, the middle of the month, you could say. And the Chariot is related to the sign Cancer in astrology. So it's got this feeling that there's a desire to move forward based on your emotions, like letting your heart lead the way, but also needing to kind of take control of the energy that's at hand here. There's like this making sure that there's a balance between, I'm hearing the good and the bad that's going on in your life, like kind of making sure that your emotions are in balance or in check here before you start moving forward. He is ready to go on a quest, but there's also this level of feeling like I need to balance the energy here. Like the yin and the yang need to both be present. The masculine and the feminine energy needs to both be present and be balanced here in order for you to really move forward in the right direction. So that's interesting because we have the Knight of Pentacles here talking about like a stubbornness and moving forward, but then there's like this emotional drive that's coming through that you want to just push forward. So this could be like a warning to pay attention to what direction you're going in. So the clarity cards that came up here are the Lovers and the Eight of Cups in reverse. And it feels like there could be some sort of relationship issue in the second week of the month, or around there, that is causing you to, causing emotional issues and not being able to let go of something, and trying to push through it anyway. So I'm feeling like there's a relationship that I am unable to release some emotional issue from. Like there's some kind of an emotional issue going on with a certain relationship in my life, and it is making it difficult for me to move forward. I mean, he's ready to move forward, but the two animal things here that are supposed to be pulling the cart are both laying down. So he's trying to move forward and they're not moving forward because maybe there's something emotional here that needs to be addressed in regards to relationships before you let go of this situation. And I feel like it has to do with balancing control, like kind of, loosening the reins on your control and being open to hearing the advice that's being presented to you, or hearing the other sides of some situation that you're finding yourself in that is creating some kind of conflict here. I'm gonna keep going. Oh wow, look at that. Wow, okay. So this is what we need to do. We need to move from this energy of the Queen of Wands to the Empress energy, or the Emperor, depending on if you're male or female. But, it's almost saying like Queen of Wands is very ambitious and very strong, and she's a leader, and she's done great things. She's done a lot to get to where she is. She's busted her ass to get there, but she's done it all on her own. And so there's an extreme level of independence here as well. And I feel like that's one of the things that are coming up this month, because it came up with this Knight of Pentacles card as well, talking about like working with others rather than on your own is going to get you farther in life. I mean, you've gotten to this pretty powerful place on your own, and that's fantastic, but the direction that the universe is kind of nudging you in is in the direction of being able to trust in relationships again, and release any kind of fears around relationships so that you can continue forward and achieve more from here. It's like you got really comfortable in this Queen of Wands position. You got very comfortable here, but now it's time to level up, and the way to level up is through a partnership. So this could be a business partnership, this could be a love relationship, or like a marriage of some sort. Maybe there's some issues with balancing that power, but it feels like that's where that's the direction that you're moving in, is in trusting others as much as you trust yourself, and balancing the power between the both of you, so you can be more creative and be more and like share the load and have that structure, like balancing the creativity and the structure by balancing the level of responsibility between the two of you. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to all be on you. This is how you balance that energy. There's something about like the balance between balancing the masculine and the feminine this month. I mean, like, even if you are in a heterosexual relationship, there is still a level of masculinity and there's still a level of femininity within yourself and within all relationships. And it's just like balancing that energy between nurturing and creativity with structure and discipline, You know what I mean? So there's always a balance that needs to be there. And I feel like you're going to gain it more when you share the weight. Share the weight. When you learn to trust in each other, you're going to get a lot farther. And this is very significant because, I mean, we've got 4 major arcana cards here. And those, I always feel like they're like major neon signs, kind of like being like, hey, like, this is really important. Pay attention to this. And the fact that we've got this Lover's card with this Emperor and Empress, and then also I'm talking about the balance between like the yin and yang energy from the Chariot. It's right there in your face. We need balance in relationships. That's when you become more powerful. That's when you level up. And she looks a lot younger here. And it feels like there's more wisdom and more respect in their faces. And experience. Right. That's great. So it's like when you start to allow yourself to work with others, that's when the, you know, the creativity flows. And I just heard that's when the money flows. Like I just heard that. That's when the money flows. That's when the creativity flows. This is the 3 of Cups. That's when you start feeling like you can have fun again and let loose, because then you're not feeling as burdened with all of your responsibilities. And if you're not in a relationship, this could be with work relationships. This could be with family relationships or friendships or roommates also. Or this could be the energy within yourself, just learning to trust again. And knowing that it's okay to give, you know, to accept what's being offered. You know, like going back to having fun again through working with others. Through being open to what other people can bring to the table. I think it's this one. Right. 8 of Wands. So I feel like this is also kind of a warning too. Like as you start to feel like you can let loose again and have fun, and as you start to feel more relaxed and like the money and the creativity starts flowing in again, just don't go backwards into old habits that you may think were good for you. So this could be addictions, to control, to a certain level of control and power, and like ego stroking here. You know, I'm picturing like being at a party and like bragging a lot, basically. Or just, you know, doing some, you know, just be cautious with avoiding, you know, getting in your ego, getting in that ego energy. And that's going to kind of restrict your ability to move forward. Like every time you start getting too much in your ego is when you're going to feel the breaks this month. That's when you're going to start feeling the tension. So like, I mean, this isn't about giving up your power. This is about empowerment through connection with others, and working together and lifting each other up to get to this higher place of respect and having more power. Like, if that's something that you really want for yourself, this is a more respectful level of power. This is a place where you know, you're not standing on people's shoulders, like they're offering to lift you up and you're doing the same for them, you know what I mean? So there is a balance going on here. Sharing the weight. And releasing fears around relationships. Releasing fears around trust in relationships is going to get you a lot farther. Yeah, so that's your message. That was pretty good. And pretty to the point. Like, look, you gotta be open to the ideas and, you know, opportunities that are being offered to you, you know, and being open to working as a group or as a whole instead of on your own is gonna get you a lot farther and, you know, make you not feel as stressful or as stressed out now and in the future. That's how you know, keep your stress levels under control. Oh. All right, so we're going to take a nice deep breath and choose a card that connects with you most. And then I'm going to go through each of these and interpret them for you. Okay, so we have infinite blessings. So I'm feeling like there's a lot of abundance that's coming in here. It's just being open to those offerings that are being presented to you. And I feel like they're going to come from other people, and you just have to be open to the idea that they're coming your way from the universe for a reason. And these opportunities are for your benefit, and there's no reason to doubt it. You know, no reason to hesitate. You know, if you try to wait and plan things out before you move forward with it, you're going to miss those blessings. So just say yes, and then you figure it out later. You know what I mean? Don't say, let me figure out what I want to do, and then I'll decide. Just say yes now, and then everything will come together. And also, having a level of gratitude is really going to help you along the way as well. In releasing those habits around wanting to stay put and what you're used to doing. Because it's what's coming up this year, especially through these retrograde planets, is it's saying, yes, this may have worked for you, but there's a better way. So we have adventure coming up as well. And this is just letting you know, like, what is coming to you is going to bring lots of excitement, lots of fun, and it's like starting a whole new journey, and it's going to be exciting and challenging, and you guys need that. You guys need that challenge because you love to you just love to win, you know what I mean? You guys love to win. You guys love that, you know, climbing that ladder of success energy. And that's what is being presented to you, but it's going to be something that is more in alignment with your purpose here, with why you're here. So also, if you've been feeling kind of like lackluster lately or stagnant with where you've been, this is just letting you know that the path that's opening for you is going to feel like an awesome adventure. Breakthrough. So this is letting you know that there's, on an emotional level, I feel like there's going to be a major breakthrough when it comes to trust, especially for the people that got this card or that chose this card. There's a lot of heart expanding, heart opening here, and trust going on in this imagery. And you're going to feel a level of freedom when you give in. You know what I mean? Instead of restricting yourself from fear with or because of fears, and just embrace the excitement of what's coming, it's going to feel very freeing, and it's just going to take you to this whole other level of like being able to trust in yourself and the decisions that you make, and being able to trust in the universe and what it presents to you. And hopefully this is how you're going to really feel as the year continues. Freedom, definitely. Feeling like a major release. Especially with emotions, because she's walking on water. I've never noticed that before. She's walking on water here, and that represents emotions. And it's just like breaking through all the restrictive emotional ties that hold you back from accepting opportunities that are like laid out for you for a reason. Okay, so that's your message, Capricorn. I hope that you enjoyed your reading today. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I send you so much love, and I will see you in May. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.